Thank you for volunteering to judge at the Kansas State Science and Engineering Fair. We hope this short training video will help answer any questions you may have about judging. This year's fair will take place on Friday, March 31st, 2017 at Exploration Place in Wichita, Kansas. Registration for judges begins at 8 a.m. and judging should last until noon. Your breakfast will be provided for you. Here we will talk about the score sheets as well as a few tips for judging the fair. First, we're going to talk about nerves. Don't forget that students are just little adults. While judges, especially scientists, may know a lot about science, you as a teacher or adult leader are the expert on students and learning. Students are really just tiny adults. It is easy to forget that students do not have the same background or experiences. Judging projects can be just as intimidating as presenting them, so relax and encourage the students. They're still working out scientific understanding in their heads. Ask the students leading questions rather than giving them answers. Every student that presents is doing their best. Praise their effort, even if it's not the best project. Now let's take a look at the scoring sheets that will be used in this year's fair. These are sample sheets and are subject to change. First off, notice that there are different categories for each criteria you'll be judging. In the problem category, it asks you to judge if a project was approached in an innovative manner. When we say innovative, we mean does it have new ideas or methods that are creative and original. Also, it asks if the students have conducted a thorough scientific literature review. Students should have a bibliography in their notebooks providing a few age-appropriate resources where students found some of their background knowledge. While we cannot necessarily expect elementary students to have researched in scientific journals, some of the older students should have examples of more advanced literatures. When you are looking at their display boards, the score sheet asks if the results are displayed in appropriate tables, charts, and/or pictures. By appropriate, we are hoping to see more than just charts and tables that say, "Here's my data." Ideally, we're looking for tables that show some sort of analysis and more than just the observations and procedures of their experiments. At the bottom of the science score sheet, there is a section called Scientific Thought Specific. This section reviews areas such as limiting the problem, using an appropriate research design or procedure to test their hypothesis, recognizing the limitations of the data, drawing conclusions, and propose specific future research related to their current projects. The engineering score sheet is the same as the scientific scoring sheet until the very last category called Engineering Specific. In this section, the criteria includes things such as obvious real-world implications, feasible solutions, a sophisticated design to create an end product, it is a clear improvement over previous alternatives, and the solution was thoroughly tested under conditions of use. This year, we have added a comment section to the bottom of the score sheets. At the end of the fair, participants do not get their score sheets. In the past, this has not provided students many opportunities to grow based on their results. The comment section allows judges to give specific feedback for students regarding their projects. Here's what we are recommending. For each project, we suggest you write a glow and a grow, meaning give each student a specific thing that they did well and a specific thing they can improve on with a suggested solution. For example, you might write, "You clearly identified the independent and dependent variables," as well as, "There was little data for the experiment to be shown as significant. Maybe try more trials next time and average the data from them." If you find a project that you cannot see any need to comment on, then feel free to leave it blank. We do request that if you give students a grow or a more negative comment, that you provide a suggested way to solve it as well as a compliment on a different portion of their project. The comment section does not need to be too extensive. We just want to have a way for students to be able to get some feedback whereas they have not been able to receive any in the past. A couple bullet points will do. Thank you again for volunteering to judge at the Kansas State Science and Engineering Fair. We can't wait to see you there.